It's your gentle flow, flow, and then some stretching. I'm going to use blocks for the whole practice, just in case there's anybody that's wondering how to incorporate blocks. I'm just going to go ahead and use them unless I forget or something, but the whole time, so that you can see ways that you can use them to make your practice sometimes go deeper, but sometimes kind of back out a little bit or make your practice accessible. I know a lot of people are starting off the new year with resolutions, and I'm going to speak a little bit to that as well. Resolutions are great, right? You do you, fam. It's all good. But something we've been talking about, like in like our friend group, we call it family dinner, is the importance of creating small routines that become habits, right? Personal rituals, whatever it is that you need to call it to make it stick for you. Instead of getting so focused and grasping so tightly to these resolutions, right? Because I know most people know that we all see these resolutions in January, and by March, like, you got your mat space back at the studio, your space back at the gym, and everything's a little weird right now anyway. But create small rituals that turn into habits, and then once those are just a fabric of your being and what you do every day, the next one comes, and the next one, and then the next one. And that's how you actually create great change in your life, right? So that's what I've been doing. It's Vata season. And if you're into Ayurvedic stuff, I am not a specialist by any means. I have recommendations, people I can refer you to if you'd like, but it's just talking about the doshas. And so all that means is that right now we're in the winter, it's cold, it's airy, it's all that kind of stuff. And so our physical, emotional, mental bodies need more grounding, more warmth, more that kind of nourishment. So what I've been doing for myself this week, first thing I have in the morning is hot lemon water. So squeeze half of a lemon, use the lemon that you want. And that's the first thing that I drink, is a cup of hot lemon water. And then in the afternoon, whenever I get home, I make myself a hot tea, whatever one I want. And then at night, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not making medical recommendations. At night, I have whatever vegan milk I have here. And I add, it's basically like a golden milk. And so it's ashwagandha, it's turmeric, there's different black pepper. I buy mixes already pre-made because who's got time for that, from different places. So, and I drink that right before bed. It has helped tremendously this week. Just feel warm, feel grounded, all that good stuff. So if you're into that, enjoy. If you're not, control alt delete, right? And then if you would like to join us on Spotify, it's the playlist. It's called La Vida Habla, and I know that's in Spanish, so it's Habla is the last word. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to share that with you because it's something that helps me, and theoretically that's what I'm doing here with yoga, with everything, is sharing things that help me, and maybe they help you. Grab a couple of blocks if you'd like. And we will get started. I am going to have you go ahead and cue up your music if you're into it. And then lie down on your back, and let's open up in Supta Baddha Konasana. It's your supine butterfly pose. Take the soles of your feet together. Let your heels come in towards your sits bones as your knees hang comfortably open. And if you'd like to use blocks in that space, you can slide them to the outside of your thighs, maybe like the knees, the hips. And go ahead and close down your eyes. Relax your brows. Relax your jaw, maybe even wiggle it side to side. And then just allow yourself this moment, this pause, to drop in. Step out of your morning, your week so far, your 2022 so far, because man, came in hot. And while you're here in this space, allow yourself to begin that sensation of dissolving, right? I mean, we are going to move and do all of that, but allow a moment of softness first, of acceptance. And as you breathe in, you know you're breathing in. And as you breathe out, you know you're breathing out. You might take your attention to your third eye center, that spot just between the brows and slightly above. Or you could also draw your focus to that soft skin just above your upper lip. And while you're here, go ahead and exhale completely. And then take a deep breath in. Allow for your belly to rise, for your rib cage to expand. And then exhale, let it go, releasing, relaxing, emptying back out. Inhale. Allow for your breath to rise all the way up, perhaps even all the way in between your clavicles to your throat space. And then exhale, press it all out, all the way, pushing down at the bottom. Take a few more rounds of breath just like this. And then if you have blocks underneath your legs, gently slide them out. And then everyone, press your knees together and then draw your knees, your thighs, and towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins and just be here for a second. Relax your shoulders back away from your ears. Allow for the low back to release. Now continue to hug your right knee in and extend your left leg long in front of you. Let your left heel come down to the earth. And then flex your left foot. And stir your right thigh bone around in your hip socket. You can go in both directions, get a little space, some mobility. And then continue right here. Take an inhale, you find stillness. And on the exhale, just press your right foot up into the sky. Now, y'all, it's early, depending on what time you take this. Right now, it's early in the morning. And it's also cold outside in Texas. So if you feel tight, you're going to want to keep a pretty decent bend to your right knee, right? And then you might even take your hands and just kind of rub the back side of your right hamstring. Get some warmth there. All right, manhandle yourself. It's all good. It's your body. Reclaim that. Just move it around. And then maybe there's some space to draw your right thigh bone in just a little bit more. You can roll out your right ankle. Woo. Feeling that all the way up through my shin, my T-band. Got a little tingle in my foot. And then here, don't overthink it. Just take an inhale, release your hand, slide your right hand to the inside of your right thigh, and just open your right leg out to the right. It doesn't have to come far down at all. You can keep the bend in your right knee. Just looking for some opening in the groin, the inner thigh, all that good stuff. You could take your left arm out like half of the capital letter T. You could also turn your gaze to the left and feel some opening, some stretch through the scalenes, through stuff around the side of your neck, your traps, all that. On your next inhale, slowly come back through center. I'm going to scoop my hips slightly over to the right, rebend my right knee, and then exhale, cross my leg over to the left and get a supine twist. And now left hand is grabbing the outside of my right knee and my right arm reaches out to the side. Body gaze over your right fingertips. And breathe. Most important part, just breathe. And on your next inhale, slowly come back through center. And on the exhale, hug both knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins, rock it side to side for a moment, and get that little massage across your low back. Right back through center and stillness. Extend your right leg long. Hug your left knee in towards your chest. And then stir your left thigh bone around in the hip socket. Move it around. Go in both directions. Take your inhale here. Stillness of the leg. Exhale, press your left heel up into the sky. Interlace your fingers around your left hamstring. And maybe kind of work that out as well. You can make little fists and run your knuckles around your muscle. You can take fingertips. You can go to the inside, to the outside. Only you know how you feel, so find that space and work into it. Perhaps that allows you to bring your left thigh bone in just a little bit closer. Relax your shoulders, your face, your jaw. Take an inhale. Don't overthink it. Left hand to your left inner thigh. Just open your leg to the left. It doesn't matter where it is, right? Don't try to really pull it up high. Don't try to take the foot all the way to the floor. Gaze over to the right, and your right arm could come out to the right. And on the inhale, come back through center. And just real quick, if you didn't roll out your left ankle, go ahead and roll out your left ankle. I didn't cue that at the very beginning. And then you're going to rebend your left knee. I'm going to scoop my hips slightly over to the left. And then on the exhale, cross your left knee over to the right. Oh, there it is. Oh, God. Sorry, the back pop was real today. Take your left arm out to the side body and gaze to the left. Breathe. Whew. Now, they say for both shoulders to be flat here. It's early in your practice. That might not happen. If you need that to happen, then you're just going to let your left leg be farther away from the ground and your upper back flat, right? Perfect, y'all. On the inhale, come right back through center. Let your low back lengthen down to the mat. And on the exhale, let's take a quick happy baby, right? So peace fingers can find the big toes or hands to the inner outer arches of your feet. Flex your feet towards the sky. Your knees are bent. You're kind of drawing your knees in towards your armpits. You can rock it side to side. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And then slowly release. Oof. Let your hands come behind your thighs. We're going to spinal rock forward and backward maybe 3 times. Taking your time, keep your low back rounded. And then on the last one, it's just all fours box pose. So find that space. Gonna probably have to shimmy back a little bit on your mat so that you're more towards the center, not all the way towards the front. And a towel is not necessary under the knees unless your knees feel sensitive or something, which mine typically do these days. And this is just also a thin mat. So I'm gonna slide my blocks to the top of my mat so that they're available whenever I'm ready for them. And then stack your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists, bring your knees underneath your hips. And then with an inhale, drape a soft belly down towards the ground. Lift your chin, lift your tail. Let there be a sway to your low back. And then on the exhale, reverse the movement. Dome out your upper back, navel to your spine. Let your head hang down. And then inhale, round it back through. Press your heart between your upper arm bones. And then exhale to reverse it. Dome out your upper back, navel to your spine. Press the earth away. And then inhale, let's take one more just like that. Inhale to your cow pose. And then exhale to your cat pose. Now inhale, come back into a neutral spine. And on the exhale, just hold right here. Pull your belly in and up so that you are supporting your lumbar spine. With your inhale, press your right foot long and strong behind you. And then on the exhale, take your right foot to the outside of your, like all the way over to the right, to the outside of your right hip. And then just place your right foot down on the ground. Draw your navel in and up towards your spine. And then inhale, bring your shoulders up over your hips, your arms up over your head. Stay right here for your exhale. I'm going to grab a block and I'm going to place it over here to the left side. On your inhale, reach your fingertips just a little bit higher. On the exhale, let your left hand come down and reach your right arm up and over. So some of you are going to take your left hand all the way down to the ground. You do you. And then spin your right thumb up and your right pinky finger down so that you get a little bit more opening through your upper back. Good, y'all, breathe. Really seal the outer edge of your right foot down and reach through your right fingertips. So you feel the bottom floating rib on the right side, pull up and away from the top of your hip. And on your next inhale, bring your shoulders back over your hips, your arms up over your head. On the exhale, bring your right hand down and reach your left arm up and over. Now, if you feel this in your low back, draw the top of your pubic bone slightly up towards your navel, get a little bit of lengthening. And now you're stretching through your left side body. And on the inhale, take both arms up to the sky. And on the exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. Now, you're more than welcome to just slide your right knee back underneath the hip, or take funky child's pose with me and sit your hips back towards your left heel and reach your arms forward. Let your chest come down, your forehead comes down. Relax your shoulders back and away from your ears. Now on your inhale, shift back forward, stack your shoulders over your wrists. Float your right leg up and back to hip height, just how we were. And then you have the option to just stay with your left knee down and open your right hip and circle it out. If you want to follow me, curl up your left toes, lift your hips up and back, and then bend your right knee, stack your hip and circle it out. And then go in both directions. And then wherever you are, either with your knee down or your knee lift, you're going to inhale, extend your right leg long. And then on the exhale, step your right foot forward to your right thumb. Now, bring your left knee down. And then on the inhale, Salamba Anjaneyasana, your supported crescent lunge. So your right knee is bent at a 90 degree. Your left leg is a diagonal. Float your arms up overhead. Breathe. Take your inhale right here. Reach your fingertips a little bit higher. And then on the exhale, hands down. Grab your blocks if you want them. And shift your hips back towards your left knee for Ardha Hanumanasana, your half split. So straightening through the right leg. You don't have to completely straighten it out. Your hands can be on blocks or down on the ground. Breathing here. Think of a long spine as your clavicles draw towards your right ankle. And then your second and your third toes point up. So notice that they're falling out, falling in, and try to make them go straight towards the sky. Keep breathing here. And then on your next inhale, walk yourself forward, curl up your back toes, lift your back knee, and on the exhale, step your right foot to the back of your mat. Now everybody inhale, knees down to the ground. Exhale, Ashtangasana, press your bottom up. Drop your chest and your knees towards the earth, hug the elbows in, gaze forward. You're creating a little inchworm with your body. Now inhale, slide yourself through, pubic bone and toenails to the ground. Roll your shoulders back, lift your chest. And then exhale, tuck-toed child's pose. Tuck your toes underneath you, sit your hips back towards your heels, and let your forehead come to the ground. Breathing here. Feel the space between your toe petals and your ball mounds. Create some space, some stretch, opening. And then inhale, press back up and forward into your box pose. And on the exhale, just stay right here. I'm going to leave a block on the right side. And then on the inhale, press your left leg long and strong behind you. Lift it to about hip height. And on the exhale, take your left leg out to the side, body lift it to about hip height, and then place it down on the floor. All 5 toes point forward. Inhale, stack your shoulders over your hips, your arms up over your head. Stay right here for your exhale. Draw the soft skin between your navel and your pubic bone back. So it's almost like you're trying to create space between that area and your waistband. It's not going to happen. But it's like a power center right there. So if you can draw all of that in, you're supporting directly on the opposite side on your lumbar spine. So inhale, reach your fingertips just a little bit higher. On the exhale, your right hand comes down either to your block or to the ground. And then you reach your left arm up and over. Seal the outer edge of your left foot down. And really stretch through your left side body. Flip your left thumb up, your pinky finger down. Feel the opening, the change that occurs perhaps through your upper back, your shoulders, and maybe it's nothing. And then you exhale completely here. On the inhale, bring your shoulders over your hips, your arms up over your head. And then exhale, your left arm travels down to left leg, right arm reaches up and over. Again, if you feel this at all in your low back, lengthen through the tailbone. And breathe. On your next inhale, take both arms back to the sky. And on your exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. You have the option to bring your left knee back underneath the hip or leave your leg extended. Shift your hips back for funky child's pose. Walk your hands forward. Let your forehead come down. Breathe in and know that you're breathing in. And breathe out. Know that you're breathing out. On the next inhale, shift yourself back forward, stack your joints. Float your left leg up and back. Your 3-point balance. Option to leave your right knee down. Bend your left knee, stack your hip, yawn it open, or follow me, curl up your right toes. Lift your hips up and back. It's a 3-leg dog and then an open hip twist as you exhale. Take your left knee, bend it. Your left heel drives towards your right glute. You circle it out. Watch your left shoulder. And then we all inhale, lengthen the left leg, no matter what your right knee is doing. And on the exhale, step your left foot to your left thumb. If your right knee is still lifted, soften your right knee down. There's a bend to your left knee, 90-degree angle. And then inhale, stack your shoulders over your hips, your arms up over your head. Salamba Anjaneyasana, supported crescent lunge. Breathing here. So by catching this diagonal on the right leg, you're opening through the right hip flexor, the top of your quad, all that good stuff, right? So inhale, reach your fingertips a little bit higher. On the exhale, bring your hands down, grab your blocks, slide it back, straighten through your left leg, flex your left toes back towards your shin. Some of you, the hands are going to be on the ground, and that's awesome. It's great. Some of you, hands are on the blocks. Perfect. It's amazing. Now, the more your navel slides towards your left inner thigh, the more the left hip pulls back, right hip forward. And you breathe. Ideally feeling this in the belly of your muscle of your hamstring, not around the left knee, not the gluteal fold. Perfect. Now on your next inhale, slowly walk yourself forward. Curl up your back toes. Lift your back knee. And then exhale, step your right foot all the way forward. And then blocks or no blocks, take your feet about hip width distance apart. Inhale to lengthen your spine. And then exhale, either hands can press down on your blocks and you can fold forward, or ragdoll, grab opposite elbows, let your head hang, and sway side to side. And then let your hands come down. And on the inhale, slowly roll it up one vertebra at a time. Roll your shoulders back and down, and then reach your arms out and up. On the inhale, reach your fingertips a little bit higher, and then exhale, let your left hand come down, reach your right arm up and over. Inhale, both arms to the sky. Exhale, right arm down, left arm reaches up and over. Inhale, both arms high. Exhale, elbows back and down, lift your chest. Inhale, take your arms to the sky. Exhale, fold yourself down. Inhale to a halfway lift, tabletop your spine. And then exhale, fold it down again. So half sun salutations. On the inhale, come all the way up to standing. Press your feet down, reach your arms high. On the exhale, take your left arm down, reach your right arm up and over. Inhale, both arms to the sky. Exhale, your right arm down, left arm reaches. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, elbows back and down, cactus your arms. Inhale, arms to the sky. And then exhale, fold yourself down. Hinge at your hips, let your head hang down. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, tabletop your back. Exhale, fold it back down. Inhale all the way up to standing. Reach your arms out and up. It's the last one. Exhale, left arm down, right arm up and over. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, your right arm down, your left arm reaches. Now it's going to change here. Inhale, take both arms to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands to the small of your back. Unless you hate this, just stay with the other option of cactusing out the arms. I'm going to take my fingertips pointing down today. Cricket wing your elbows back so you really start to open up through your chest, right? Just by drawing the elbows in towards one another, you're already expanding across the front side of your body. And on the inhale, lift your chest. You're supporting your lumbar spine with your hands. And then as you exhale, start to gently drop back. It's been a while since we've worked this, so you're going to feel a stretch around your psoas, the fronts of your hips. And then on your inhale, bring your shoulders back over your hips. And on the exhale, slide your hands down the back side of your body and forward fold. Let it go. On the inhale, lengthen your spine. On the exhale, turn your heels in, toes out, bend your knees, and drop your bottom down. So Malasana Yogic Squat. Hands can come to heart center. You can also stack a block or two and sit your bottom down on it, whatever. Just breathe here. And then let your hands come down to the earth or to your blocks. Inhale, lift your hips, turn your toes back forward. And then exhale, forward fold, chest to your thighs. I'm going to slide the blocks away. Inhale, lengthen your spine. On the exhale, step your feet back. Hold a high plank just for a breath. Your knees can come down. Inhale here. And then exhale, lift your hips up and back. Press your palms down. Let your head dangle. And then on your inhale, float your right leg up to the sky. Take your time. Doesn't matter if the transition gets messed up. Just exhale, step your right foot forward. And then let your left heel go flat. Inhale to bring your shoulders over your hips, your arms up over your head. Stay right here for your exhale. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana A. Seal the outer edge of your left foot down. There's a 90-degree bend to your right knee. With the inhale, lift your fingertips a little bit higher. Perfect. On the exhale, take an open arm twist. So reach your right arm back, your left arm forward. Breathe. And then inhale, float your right arm back up. And on the exhale, open yourself up to warrior two. Gaze to your right fingertips. So still sealing the outer edge of your left foot down. You might have to lengthen your stance a bit. Your drishti is your gaze points over your right fingertips, and then roll your shoulders back. Now keep the bend in your right knee. On the inhale, flip your right palm, reverse your warrior. On the exhale, reach your right arm forward and down. Your hand can come to a block to the inside of your right foot if that feels better, or your right forearm can find your right thigh. Just make sure you're not putting all of your weight down into it. And then reach your left arm up and over. Stay right here. Take an inhale. Now on the exhale, internally rotate your left upper arm bone and slide your left forearm around the small of your back for a half bind. And then rotate your left clavicle, your left shoulder on top of the right. Gaze to the sky. Take one inhale here. And then as you exhale, straighten through your right leg. And it's all right if your right hand slides up your shin. And breathe. Press down into the big toe ball mound of your right foot. And if it bothers your cervical spine to look up, you can look down at your right big toe. You can also just look to the left side of your mat. Now release your left hand back up to the sky, nice and slow. On the inhale, bend back into your right knee. Open your arms back up to a T. Gaze to your fingertips. Exhale, windmill your hands down to the inside of your right foot, and then slide your right foot over. Soften your left knee down. So you're in a low lizard lunge. I'm going to pull my left shoulder forward for a moment, only because I feel sticky in my left side ribs and in my left side, like my psoas and all that. You don't have to do this part if you don't want to. And then from here, inhale, your left hand can be on a block. Reach your right arm up to the sky. You have the option to stay right here or exhale, reach your right fingertips towards the back of your mat. You can stay right there, or you can bend your left knee, dig your heel towards your glutes, whatever works. If the bind is there for your crooked monkey, go for it. It's all good. If it's not, skip it. Awesome, y'all. And then there's a gentle release of your left foot down towards the ground. Let your right hand come back to the earth. And then inhale, lift your hips. So curl up your left toes, lift your hips. On the exhale, walk yourself all the way to the left, all the way to the left, to the back of your mat. You can stay lifted if you choose. Otherwise, drop down low for low skandasana. Rotate your right toes towards the sky, and then your hands come to heart center. So in this space here, Mula Bandha, you squeeze at the base of your pubic bone. Roll your shoulders back. Soften your face and you breathe. Now from here, take an inhale. On the exhale, sit yourself down right here. Slide the sole of your left foot towards your right inner thigh, but keep your left knee open. So it looks like this, right? Boom. So from there, inhale, reach your arms up overhead. On the exhale, let your right forearm come down to the inside of your right calf and then reach your left arm over. It's a really deep side body stretch. On the inhale, slowly lift your shoulders back over your hips. On the exhale, bring your hands down, rotate towards the top of your mat, walk it forward. So now you're crouching at the top of your mat. Step your left foot back, your right foot follows. And then Adho Mukha Svanasana, your downward facing dog. Lift your hips, let your head hang. On the inhale, float your left heel up to the sky. And then exhale, step your left foot all the way forward. Your right heel goes flat. And then inhale, bring your shoulders over your hips, your arms up over your head. Stay for your exhale, warrior one. On the inhale, reach your fingertips a little bit higher. And then exhale, right arm reaches forward, left arm reaches back. It's an open arm twist. Gaze could follow your left thumb if it's available for the upper thoracic spine, cervical spine. And then you inhale, float your left arm back up and over. Perfect, y'all. And then exhale, just open it up and find your warrior two. Probably gonna have to move the feet around a little bit, get a longer stance. Open your arms out like a T. Gaze to your left fingertips. Let your pelvis drop down. Inhale, flip your left palm. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, reach your left arm forward and down. Your left hand can come to a block on the inside of your left foot. You could also take your left hand all the way to the ground. Right arm reaches to the sky, then up and over so you get that side body stretch first. And you breathe. And then inhale, reach your right fingertips to the sky. Exhale, wrap your right forearm around the small of your back and catch your half bind, really working through the shoulders, the chest. Gaze goes to the sky if that's available. And then you inhale here. Exhale, straighten through your left leg. It's okay if that means that the block slides back or the fingertips slide up your leg. Keep stacking your torso on top of your left thigh bone. Squeeze at the base of your pubic bone and soften your face. Good, y'all. And release your right arm up to the sky. Inhale to bend your left knee. And then take your shoulders back over your hips, your arms out to a T. On the exhale, windmill your hands down to the inside of your left foot. Probably gonna have to heel to the left foot over. Parallel your back toes and soften your back knee down to the mat. I am gonna take a moment here to pull my right shoulder forward, dip my right hip down, just I'm stretching the front side of my body. And then come right back in. Moving into your low lizard, and then stamp your right hand down on the ground or a block. And then inhale, reach your left hand to the sky. Gaze follows your left hand if it feels right. You can stay right here. You can reach your left hand back towards your right foot. You can stay right there or bend your right knee, take your heel towards your glute. Option there to crooked monkey if it's your jams, but you don't have to. And then it's a soft release of your right toes back down towards the ground, your left hand back inside your left foot. On the inhale, curl up your right toes, lift your right knee. On the exhale, walk it all the way to the right, to the right, to the back of your mat. Bend your right knee. You can stay lifted if that's what feels better for you. Or you drop all the way down and rotate your left toes to the sky. Hands can be on the ground. You can also sit on a block here, or hands can be at heart center. And then we take one more inhale here. And on the exhale, sit it down. Bring the right foot towards your left inner thigh. Try to open the right knee a little bit so the hip has some opening to it. And then inhale, take your arms up to the sky. And on the exhale, take your left forearm inside your left calf and reach your right arm up and over. Good, y'all, breathe. On the inhale, bring your shoulders up over your hips. This time on the exhale, just spin forward and extend both legs out in front of you. I'm going to shimmy to where my bottom is on my towel so my feet are more towards the top of my mat. You can have a bend to the knees if you need it, but inhale, reach your arms up and over, so Paschimottanasana. On the exhale, fold over your legs. Relax your shoulders back and down. Perfect. Now I'm going to give you lots of options here. Take them or leave them, right? Roll back up, stack your shoulders over your hips. I'm going to have you actually come onto your right hip and then come on. It's kind of like Jane Fonda, right? For lack of a better word. So your right elbow's bent, you're on your right side, your right hip, and your right hand is cupping your right temple, your ear. So right leg stays where it is. First thing is to bend your right knee and draw it in towards your side, your thigh bone towards your side ribs, right? So you're right here. Your left forearm comes in front of your rib cage. Now, some of you might just stay right here. If you want to press your left foot up and get a little bit more stretch, you can. If you feel like the core will support you today, it's okay if you roll over. It doesn't matter. You can take peace fingers to your left big toe and stretch, right? You can bend your left elbow, draw it in a little bit more. That's as far as we're going to go, right? So just breathe here. And then gently release it down. Roll over onto your belly for a moment. Make a pillow with your forearms to rest your forehead on. You can bend your knees, windshield wiper your feet. You let your toes come back down to the ground. Let's just roll over to the left side. So your left hand cups your left ear, your temple, all that. Now, your left knee could be bent for more support if you need it, or it's straight out. Your right arm comes down in front of your abdomen. Press your right palm down just in front of your rib cage. First thing is, like, you lift the right leg, rotate the toes up, bend your right knee, draw it in. You can stay right here, or you can press your right foot to the sky. And if you have a strap or something, I mean, that's fine. You don't have to do it with a strap. And then if you want to take your peace fingers to the right big toe, I'm like, where am I? It's there. Ooh, I'm rolling myself. And then you slowly release. Roll onto your back. So you're probably going to have to lift yourself up, shimmy over, and come down onto your back. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Rock it side to side. And then bring your feet down towards your knees. All right. So from here, I said your feet down towards your knees, but your feet under your knees, heels in towards your sits bones. Cross your right ankle over your left knee or thigh. Let your right knee just hang away. And then you can hug your left knee, left thigh in for your reclining pigeon. Relax your shoulders. Just breathe into this. And let your left foot come down to the ground. Keep the cross of your legs. And then bring the hands down next to your hips. And then on the inhale, lift your hips up into the sky. It's a figure four bridge. And just breathe here. Take one more inhale. And then on the exhale, soften your hips down to the ground. Inhale, open your arms to a T. And then exhale, drop your knees to the left for a figure four twist. Turn your face to the right. And then on your inhale, draw back through center. Exhale, take your right foot down to the ground. Inhale, cross your left ankle over the right knee. Stay there if you like, or exhale, reclining pigeon. Hug your right knee in towards your chest, interlace your fingers around your hamstring. Nuzzle your left forearm into your left inner thigh. Breathe, relax your upper body. One more inhale here. And then exhale, release your right foot to the ground, hands down next to your hips. Roll your shoulders back and slightly underneath you. And then inhale, lift your hips into the sky. Find your figure four bridge. Flex through your left foot. Breathe. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, soften your hips down to the ground. Inhale, open your arms to a T. Exhale, drop your knees to the right, gaze to the left for your figure four twist. And on your next inhale, slowly roll it back through center. On the exhale, unravel, release. And you can press your feet up into the sky, windshield wiper the feet down on the whatever you want, right? If you want to windshield wiper the knees, if you want to take a waterfall or a supported waterfall with a block underneath your back, your low back, your sacral area. You're more than welcome to move into your shoulder stand series. Or if there's anything else at all that you need to do to close down your practice to feel satisfied, you might also want to change the music down to the last song on the playlist. And then when you're ready, let your feet come down to the ground, your legs hang comfortably open, arms down by the side, body palms facing up. Unless there is something that feels better to you, then you should do that, right? Allow for the bottom side of your body to be grounded and rooted. It's kind of heavy, right? And then the top side is light, it's weightless, and it's floating. Relax your brows and your jaw. Soften your face completely. And rest. What you need is to just be here a little bit longer. Tune me out. Otherwise, begin to deepen your breath, to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And on the inhale, float your arms up overhead. And on the exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. Now you have the option to roll over to the right or to press up straight away into your comfortable, easy sit, your Sukhasana. It's where we'll all meet. Your hands can rest in your lap, on your knees, or come together in Anjali Mudra at heart center. So we take this final moment, this pause, to find ourselves grounded in optimism, right? Not toxic positivity, but just a little bit of hopefulness, right? Not to say that we only see the bright side or only focus on the bright side, but we also don't overlook it. So thank you for stepping on your mat at whatever time it is that you do this. Your self-care, it's a priority. It's not a luxury. It's a necessity. So see you again next week. Peace be with each and every one of you, and namaste.